welcome back to Morning Coffee right here on the Radio Vision Network. And look, guys, we are going to get inspired right now because I have an amazing woman on the line, and you need to know her story. Her name is Amy Dixon. And listen, she has faced more obstacles and adversity than anybody should ever have to face in their life. But at 22, she lost her sight. And later than that, she realized that she had this pretty terrible thing called IBS-D. And that's irritable bowel syndrome, and that's got a little extra kick to it. But she's always been active. She always wanted to kind of work and show a level of determination that most people don't see. And today she is a champion para-triathlete, and she is competing in the ITU para-triathlon circuit. And she is here to share her story of perseverance. Good morning, Amy, and welcome to Morning Coffee.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great. You are amazing, and thank you for coming on to share your story with us.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. But look, you are a world champion para-triathlete. You're a motivational speaker. You're on TV. You're on radio. You're doing so much internationally to try to bring a little bit more awareness to what's going on here. But I really need to know, what inspired you to want to become a professional athlete? Is that so you would have a platform to be able to speak to this stuff?
It eventually led to that, but that's not why I initially got into the sport of para-triathlon. I was actually selfishly, I was trying to lose weight. I gained about 70 pounds due to the treatment for my eye disease. My eye disease is an autoimmune condition that robs me of 98% of my vision, and the treatment for that was high doses of steroids. And those steroids caused me to gain a lot of weight, and vanity took over, and I just didn't feel good. So I wanted to lose that weight and get back to feeling good and healthy again. So as a kid, I was a competitive swimmer and rode horses. So I knew that with my vision loss, that one of the few things I could do safely by myself was get in the pool. So I started swimming, and I lost a little bit of weight there, and then started biking on a spin bike in spin classes and running on a treadmill while holding on. And that led to my first triathlon after about a year of doing that. And here we are 3 years later. I'm on the U.S. national team and competing all over the world, and I've lost that 70 pounds and feeling a heck of a lot better.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, look, I know along the way there were people that told you when you lost your sight that your life was going to change and you weren't going to be able to do a lot of these things. So tell me, what was it like overcoming some of these obstacles? I know you had a ton of them, and people aren't always as kind as they should be. So tell me a little bit about some of the obstacles you've had to overcome.
Well, being visually impaired, I had no idea what that life was going to look like, and I was, as most people would, I was very intimidated and scared of what the next chapter of my life was going to be. But I decided to get proactive and get on top of things by surrounding myself with a really good medical team that could help me navigate all of my symptoms and to manage my eye disease to the best of my ability. And then I went out and I started using a cane initially to help me navigate the world and be more independent. And then eventually got a guide dog to give me a little more confidence when I was out navigating by myself. And so that sort of translated into my next challenge, which was IBS-D. And I had been suffering for a number of years and was too afraid to talk about it because it was a little embarrassing, and didn't have that relationship with my doctor in the beginning. But then I realized that wasn't serving me well. I was not talking about it because I was really suffering with abdominal pain and diarrhea for much longer than I could have or should have. And so I finally talked to my doctor about it, and I was so grateful when he was able to come up with a diagnosis after a variety of tests. And then through trial and error of a lot of different diet changes and medications, we came to a drug that works well for me, and it's called Viberzi.
Yeah, and it's amazing because this is the most impressive piece of your story to me, and that's talking about something that people don't like to talk about. They don't even like to talk about it with their own doctors, and
Right.
you mentioned that, and that's the important piece is that, folks, if you're not feeling good, it could be IBS-D, and it's something that you need to get addressed immediately. You have to have those conversations. So, what are some of the adjustments you have to make when you have IBS-D?
Well, living a life of as an athlete, one of the important things that I've learned is what you put into your body is what you get out. So I want to fuel my body with the best possible fuel, good whole food, make sure I'm properly hydrated all the time, and also managing my symptoms of my IBS-D with my doctor as my teammate. And so that has really been the magic formula for me. It doesn't work well for everyone, this particular drug, but it happened to be the right fit for my symptoms. And the important part is to really talk to your doctor, make him part of your team. You know, it's embarrassing, but what's more embarrassing is walking around for years like this and not knowing that you have it. And it's actually quite common. There's 16 million Americans that have it. So I was glad to hear that I wasn't alone.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because look, other people are going through this and they're not talking about it. They're embarrassed about it, like we said. And I think that a lot of what you've talked about is a way to kind of help other people. But is there anything specific, like any pieces of advice you could give to other people that might be suffering from IBS-D?
Absolutely. There's a great resource called on the web called ibsdandamy.com, where you can learn more about ways to talk to your doctor, to start that conversation, and find out if it is in fact IBS-D or something else that's troubling you, and find out if Vyversy is the right medication for you, and talk to your doctor, because he will go through a series of diagnostic tests and get you on the road to managing your symptoms.
Yeah, it's really great advice. You need to go to IBSD and the word and Amy.com. Amy, when you win the World Championships, are you going to come back and talk to me again?
Heck yeah, absolutely. It'd be my honor.
That's awesome. This is Amy Dixon, and she's just an amazing, amazing para-triathlete, and she's got a story of adversity that could inspire millions. Amy, thank you for spending a few minutes with me on Morning Coffee this morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're quite welcome. Have a great holiday season. I got to take another quick break here on Morning Coffee, but don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be right back here on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be.